welcome back to my second Cowden syndrome story. This will be a continued on from my first video. Before I move on, I want to say that Cowden syndrome is seen different from person to person to person. Cowden syndrome is a rare genetic medical condition that involves your P10 gene, and therefore people with Cowden syndrome have a higher risk of developing a variety of different cancers. But that's not all. We also deal with a wide range of medical conditions, and some of these medical conditions are probably not even being seen in the Cowden community right at the moment. But that does not mean may or may not be a connection. Cowden syndrome is still being studied and still being understood right now. For example, would be I have herniated vocal cords. Herniated vocal cords is something that I just found out this past year. I started noticing in between 8th grade and high school is when I noticed that my breathing changed. Primarily doing physical activity like running or dancing. I noticed I would get out of breath easy and fast. So I thought I had sports reduced asthma. Got an inhaler, absolutely did nothing. So when I had my thyroid taken out back in 2010, I had my vocal cords checked while I had my stitches taken out, and they informed me that my left vocal cord actually is partially paralyzed. And so fast forward to now, I asked one of my doctors if I could go see a ear, nose, throat doctor. Check up on my vocal cords. I don't know if the left one's still paralyzed or not. And then I'm also having a new strange thing happening when I breathe. So I was like, I really need to go get this checked out. And so I did. I got it checked out and I found out my vocal cords are like this. And your vocal cords are actually supposed to be like this. While we were talking after, I asked him, how could this happen to my vocal cords? Primarily when they see that type of herniation in the vocal cord, it's because there's herniation in the back of the brain, the cerebellum. And so I start laughing, making him very uncomfortable. And I go, do you mean Chiari malformation? And he gave the most surprised look ever. Like the surprised look of, how do you know that? Then I go into further explanation of my already complicated medical history and tell him that I was diagnosed with Chiari malformation when I was a baby. So I'm quite educated and well known in it. And so he goes, well, that's the reason. So that was an interesting finding. And then the strange thing I went to go see him for is starting after my brain surgery. Best way I would say to describe it, I started to choke on air. I would just be talking or even just taking a breath in, and all of a sudden I would just like cough. I could not stop coughing. And before I saw him, it happened probably a total of 3 times, and the third one was really bad where my mom said I was starting to turn purple. And so I talked with him and he said, well, it's pretty much a combination of, I was like, yay, I finally got answers. I was so happy. So that is one of the problems that I have that is currently not being seen at all in the Cowden community. Now I want to talk about sensitive skin. Back in March when I went to Cleveland Clinic to meet their breast specialist and Dr. Yang, one of their researchers, we learned that Cowden syndrome patients have sensitive skin. And they came to that conclusion because they saw a lot of patients with it. Cowden syndrome is actually currently being studied right at this moment. I am in 2 studies. I love being in studies. I've been in studies since I was a baby, and that's probably why I love the medical field. And I'm weird. I don't mind doctors looking at me, doctors talking to me. It's something strangely very comforting to me. I know that may sound really weird, but I'm okay with it. So, like what I mentioned, I'm in 2 studies, and it's through the Cleveland Clinic. Before I actually physically went to Cleveland, I had 4 vials of blood sent to them for 1 study. And then they told me that they were actually currently just starting a second study about the GI tract and looking through the bile. Probably saying that wrong. They're looking something with the GI tract and going 1 into the bathroom. I don't remember the scientific reason behind it, but they are also looking at that. So I entered in that study, and that's exciting. I know it won't help me personally right now, but you never know, it could help people down the line. Even people that I've connected with through social media. A lot of them are parents that have younger babies or younger children that have Cowden syndrome, that it could help them. You never know. That's why I think it's so fascinating with the medical field, that things are constantly changing and evolving, and I'm so glad that I could help. Before I end this video, I want to talk about social media and support groups. I am very lucky to have been connected with a wide range of people that not only have Cowden's through social media, but also have breast cancer and just cancer in general. And that is because I'm a part of a variety of groups, not only in social media. I've participated in one meetup group through Stupid Cancer, and also Young Survival Coalition cancer support group for young women under the age of 40 that have been diagnosed with breast cancer. So I've been going to their support groups here in Chicago. I think I've gone to 3 so far because they meet once a month, and that's been great. I've also gone to support things for epilepsy as well. So I wanted to mention that because connecting with people with the same medical conditions you've gone through, not only on social media or the web, but also in person, really helpful, because you are able to talk with people that can relate to what you've been going through and also support others through their hard times, and also they can support you through your hard times. And I really appreciate that. I love being around others, especially in person, that can relate. So I hope you guys enjoyed my second Cowden syndrome story. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I would appreciate it if you guys subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.